But the fact that the ratings from Caitlin Clark's series to these series fell off a cliff, it should surprise no one.
I'm watching the Indiana Fever game. I'm just waiting on Caitlin Clark to catch the basketball.
Aya Wilson has reportedly expressed strong frustration over the dramatic decline in WNBA viewership following Caitlin Clark's exit from the playoffs. As television ratings and fan interest dropped, the conversation quickly shifted toward just how much Clark's presence impacts the league. Wilson's reaction has sparked even more debate among basketball fans, with many discussing whether the WNBA has become too dependent on one superstar to drive national attention and attract viewers.
I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to be the best. I get y'all saying best player in the world. That's great. It looks great. But I want to be the best person. I want to be the best teammate.
During a recent interview, she addressed the situation directly and shared her thoughts. Her comments immediately caught the attention of basketball fans and quickly became a major topic of discussion across social media.
Here is more the year that I've seen anyone call my game boring than it's ever been. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever.
Aya Wilson has drawn attention with her comments about the sharp decline in WNBA viewership following Caitlin Clark's exit from the playoffs. According to the discussion, Wilson suggested she prefers playing in an environment with fewer outside distractions and less intense public attention. After the Indiana Fever were eliminated, television ratings and fan interest reportedly dropped significantly, leading many observers to argue that a large portion of casual viewers had lost interest in following the remainder of the postseason.
Let's just say the ratings aren't the same with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever now eliminated. Game 1 of the Aces Liberty matchup on Sunday drew an average of 929,000 viewers. It was down nearly 50% from last Sunday's Fever Sun contest. By the way, not only was viewership down, but attendance was as well.
Caitlin Clark's absence had a noticeable impact, with viewership reportedly declining from game to game while she watched the playoffs unfold from home. Many fans believe the league missed a huge opportunity, arguing that a playoff run featuring Clark could have produced some of the highest television audiences in WNBA history. Instead, they feel the chance to deliver a record-breaking finals slipped away, leaving many wondering what could have been.
All I gotta say is she's lucky this UConn team isn't healthy. And that's a true statement.
That's wrong, Molly.
Monica?
That's wrong, Molly. Molly,
like
it's
five
excuses.
top players,
it's
am I
excuses,
right?
Molly. It's
Major
excuses.
injuries.
You would not be saying that if it wasn't UConn.
Major stars not playing.
Listen, excuse me,
Go.
it's her against Caitlin Clark.
Stephen A.
Ain't no excuses.
Stephen
you
A.
got there.
Wait a
No,
minute.
want to hear that now.
Stephen A.
Let me tell you, if
Paige
Georgetown get
Beckers-
back in the mix, I'm going to be insufferable. I'm just telling you that now.
What?
If Paige Beckers didn't basically miss 2 seasons, I don't know if we'd be talking
Come on
about
now.
Caitlin Clark the way we are.
Now the finals are set between the New York Liberty and the Minnesota Lynx, but many casual fans are saying they no longer feel invested in the matchup. Some have even admitted they don't recognize many of the players on either roster, highlighting how much attention Caitlin Clark brought to the league. According to this viewpoint, the championship series is expected to draw the lowest television audience of any playoff round so far. Supporters who feel this way argue that the league had a chance to build unprecedented momentum and instead allowed interest to fade. Their biggest question is simple. How did the WNBA let the excitement surrounding the season decline to this point?
The reason 12 million people are watching ESPN
Yeah.
for a game, if that game was on CBS, they probably would have had 25, 30 million people watching that game.
Many critics argue that the WNBA has looked completely different since Caitlin Clark left the playoffs, and they believe her absence has highlighted just how much influence she has on the league. Throughout the season, there were constant debates over whether the so-called Caitlin Clark effect was real, but supporters now point to declining television audiences and reduced fan interest as evidence that her impact cannot be ignored. In their view, every game played without Clark has reinforced just how much excitement and attention she brings to women's basketball. They argue that, without her on the court, the league has struggled to maintain the same level of buzz and mainstream interest, making it much harder to capture the attention of casual sports fans.
The Indiana Fever Connecticut Sun Game 2 that Caitlin Clark almost definitely will not be playing basketball this offseason. So no overseas and no 3-on-3 unrivaled.
Aya Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces were once again among the WNBA's strongest teams throughout the season. Entering the playoffs as one of the leading championship contenders, the Aces were widely expected to make another deep postseason run, with Wilson leading the way. However, their semifinal series against the New York Liberty took an unexpected turn. Powered by their own talented roster, the Liberty put together an impressive performance and eliminated the defending contenders, a result that surprised many fans across the basketball world. The Aces' exit not only ended their hopes of competing for another championship, but also removed one of the league's biggest stars from the postseason stage. Many observers believe that losing a high-profile team and player like Aya Wilson also reduced some of the excitement and national attention surrounding the remainder of the WNBA playoffs.
Caitlin Clark's the most valuable, most important person in the WNBA this year, and should have been unanimous Rookie.
Winning a unanimous MVP award naturally brings enormous expectations. Fans, analysts, and media members all expect the league's most valuable player to guide their team on a deep playoff run, with the ultimate goal of competing for a championship. Because of that, many believed Aya Wilson would be one of the biggest storylines throughout the postseason and potentially lead the Las Vegas Aces all the way to the WNBA Finals. However, the Aces' elimination changed that narrative completely. Their playoff exit not only ended the team's championship hopes, but also removed one of the league's biggest stars from the biggest stage. Instead of watching the reigning MVP compete for a title, fans were left wondering what the playoffs might have looked like if the Aces had advanced.
Being disrespectful, but they talked a lot of trash and they got humbled. And I think that that's okay. That is sports. That is what we live for in sports.
Caitlin Clark is the kind of player who naturally attracts attention every time she steps onto the court. Her exciting style of play, deep shooting range, and ability to take over a game have made her one of the most entertaining athletes in the WNBA. Many fans tune in specifically to watch her compete. When the Indiana Fever and Clark were eliminated from the playoffs by the Connecticut Sun, however, many viewers felt the postseason lost one of its biggest attractions. For a large number of casual fans, the excitement that had surrounded the WNBA playoffs seemed to fade. Without Clark in the bracket, some games no longer carried the same level of anticipation, intensity, or entertainment, leaving many supporters feeling that the postseason simply wasn't as compelling as it had been before.
And to act like there isn't or hasn't been legitimate resentment emanating from those who are pioneers. Nobody's fooled here. You got pundits who used to play in the WNBA, some of them who didn't, and who were speaking on behalf of those who didn't want to create that kind of noise themselves because of the negative impact. We talk about it when the men do it. If we detect jealousy, if we detect envy, if we detect resentment, and it's amongst the fellas we put it out there, shit, we act like it's the latest episode of General Hospital. But when the ladies are feeling that way about another young lady like Caitlin Clark, and people like myself and Shay Shay call it out, suddenly it's a problem.
The absence of a player like Caitlin Clark from the playoffs is about more than simply losing one athlete from the postseason. For many fans, it means losing a major part of the overall experience. Clark combines elite basketball talent with a style of play and personality that attracts both longtime basketball followers and casual viewers who may not normally watch the WNBA. Her presence creates excitement and gives people a reason to tune in. After her elimination, many supporters felt that some of that energy disappeared, leaving the playoffs feeling less dynamic and less engaging. For the WNBA, that represented a significant challenge because the postseason is supposed to be the highlight of the entire season, a stage where the league's biggest stars deliver unforgettable moments and fans remain invested from start to finish. Without Clark, many viewers described the playoffs as lacking the excitement and momentum they had expected.
Ever since, Angel Reese had that injury to me, and also coming off of Olympic break, Caitlin Clark separated herself. Yeah. She should have been unanimous. Now to celebrate her, one thing that people forget is as a rookie, she was the most blitzed player in the WNBA, and she still put up 19, 5, and 8.
After Caitlin Clark's exit, the WNBA experienced a significant drop in viewership. Many fans who had been following the playoffs closely lost interest once she was no longer on the court. The decline wasn't gradual, it happened quickly, highlighting just how much attention Clark brings to the league. Her games consistently attracted large audiences, and without her, the postseason struggled to maintain the same level of excitement. Television ratings are vital for sponsorships, advertising revenue, and broadcasting deals, making this drop impossible to ignore. Many fans believe Clark's absence was the biggest reason fewer people continued watching. Her ability to take over games, create highlight reel moments, and keep viewers engaged makes her one of the league's biggest attractions. Whether it's her scoring, passing, or leadership, Clark brings an energy that keeps fans coming back, and many felt the playoffs simply weren't the same without her.
Pretty impressive for Caitlin to win Rookie of the Year in a dominant fashion when it is going to be one of the great rookie classes in the history of the
Once Caitlin Clark was eliminated, much of that excitement disappeared with her. Many fans who had been following her playoff journey no longer felt the same motivation to keep watching. While the remaining teams and players were undoubtedly talented, many viewers felt they didn't generate the same level of interest or national attention. The WNBA has always relied on its biggest stars to attract audiences, and Clark has become one of the league's biggest draws. Without her still competing, the playoffs lost a significant portion of the audience that had been tuning in throughout the postseason.
Hats off to the Fever on a great season. I don't think anybody expected them to make the playoffs after starting 1-8. They had a tremendous second half of the season. That Olympic break was much needed. But Caitlin Clark, she just completely changed around the WNBA culture, and she completely changed around the Indiana Fever's culture for the future. And the future is bright for the Indiana Fever. And I'm so happy that, Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA light, and fans get to actually watch her and see what she...
Caitlin Clark isn't just one of the WNBA's top players. She has become one of the league's biggest stars. Her ability to attract viewers and generate excitement has made her a central figure in the WNBA's recent growth. For many basketball fans, Clark is the first name that comes to mind when they think about the league, and her impact on the sport continues to grow with every game she plays. What makes Clark so appealing is her exciting style of basketball. Whether she's hitting deep three-pointers, delivering spectacular assists, or attacking the basket with confidence, she has a unique ability to entertain fans from start to finish. Every time she steps on the court, there's a feeling that something special could happen, which is why so many people tune in to watch her play. When the Indiana Fever, led by Caitlin Clark, were eliminated from the playoffs by the Connecticut Sun, many observers viewed it as a major turning point for the postseason. Until then, playoff games had attracted strong interest, but after Clark's exit, television audiences reportedly declined noticeably. For many fans, the Fever's elimination wasn't simply about one team leaving the playoffs. It meant the end of Clark's postseason run. Since she had become the biggest attraction of the playoffs, many viewers felt they had lost their main reason for continuing to watch.
Basketball has really consumed my life for a year, so I feel like it'll be good for me to kind of reflect back on everything that's happened. Like, I feel like I didn't even have time to really reflect on my college career because it ended so fast. I feel like taking some time to myself and really enjoying that and reflecting back.
The drop in viewership after that game was dramatic. The WNBA had been enjoying some of its strongest playoff ratings, but once Caitlin Clark was eliminated, the numbers reportedly fell sharply. Many casual fans simply weren't as interested in following the remaining playoff games without one of the league's biggest attractions still competing. For many observers, it highlighted just how much star power can influence television audiences. The league had spent the entire season building momentum, attracting new viewers and generating more attention than ever before. However, Clark's playoff exit slowed that momentum almost overnight. The WNBA was suddenly faced with the challenge of keeping fans engaged without its biggest draw, and the ratings reflected how difficult that proved to be. The elimination of both Caitlin Clark and Aya Wilson also had a major impact on overall interest in the postseason. Many fans believe losing two of the league's biggest stars significantly reduced excitement, with some pointing to a sharp decline in television audiences as evidence of just how important both players have become to the WNBA's visibility and continued growth.
Went from being one of the most loved teams in the WNBA to being riddled with so much drama this season. A'ja Wilson was under fire last week for the privilege comment that she made to Kelsey Plum. And Coach Becky Hammon was under fire for basically saying that her team was too busy being celebrities and they were distracted and that's why they're not winning games. The list goes on and on. If you're this Aces team, you really need to regroup and maybe make some tough decisions about the future of this.
The WNBA Finals are supposed to be the biggest and most anticipated games of the season. Every year, fans look forward to watching the league's top teams battle for the championship, and the finals typically attract some of the highest television audiences of the year. However, many observers believe this year's championship series may struggle to generate the same level of excitement. With stars like Caitlin Clark no longer in the playoffs, a number of fans feel less invested in the remaining matchups. The league was hoping for a blockbuster finish to an exciting season, but instead many believe the finals could draw lower viewership than expected. The absence of some of the league's biggest stars has changed the atmosphere, turning what was expected to be a must-watch event into a series that many casual fans may choose to skip. For the WNBA, that's a significant concern because the finals are meant to be the showcase event of the entire season. Without Clark still competing, many fans feel the excitement has faded, and some expect television ratings to be among the lowest the league has seen in recent years.
You guys were right. That's what we're saying. You
No,
were right.
Molly, you did not say that, Molly. No,
saying
no,
it.
That is
no.
what you said.
You
That's
did not.
what you
That's
said.
not what you said, Molly.
What are you guys
That is not what
talking-
you said.
Many fans believe Caitlin Clark has made an extraordinary impact on the WNBA in a remarkably short period of time. Since entering the league, she has helped attract new viewers, generate greater media attention, and bring fresh energy to women's basketball. Both on and off the court, her influence has been impossible for many fans to ignore. Clark's ability to draw large audiences, deliver memorable performances, and compete with confidence has made her one of the league's biggest stars. She has a style of play that captures the attention of both dedicated basketball fans and casual viewers who may not have followed the WNBA before. Whether she's taking over a game with her scoring, creating opportunities for teammates, or making highlight reel plays, Clark has become a major reason why so many people are paying closer attention to the league. Her impact on the WNBA's growing popularity has been significant, and many believe she has helped elevate the league's profile to new heights.
To me, that's not dominant.
However, despite the impact Caitlin Clark has had on the league, many fans believe she hasn't always received the treatment a player of her stature deserves. Throughout the season, she has faced intense criticism, physical play, and several officiating decisions that sparked debate among fans and analysts. Whether those calls were justified or not, they have frequently become major talking points after her games. For a player who has brought so much attention and excitement to the WNBA, many supporters feel she deserves greater consistency, fairness, and respect. They believe the league should fully recognize her value while ensuring that all of its star players are protected and treated equally on the court.
This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie, targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation.
Although Caitlin Clark's playoff run has come to an end, many fans are already looking forward to seeing her return next season. The anticipation surrounding her comeback continues to grow, and many believe her presence will once again bring renewed excitement and larger audiences to the WNBA. While her absence has been noticeable throughout the postseason, the conversation has already shifted toward what she might accomplish when she steps back onto the court. Clark's return won't just be exciting for her supporters, it could also be a major moment for the league. Fans are eager to watch her lead the Indiana Fever again, deliver highlight reel plays, and continue building on the success of her young career. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out the next videos on your screen for more basketball updates and analysis.